Hi guys, I'm Kate, I'm still Kate, and today we will talk about an actual and entertainment topic. We will not consider complex strategy, we will discuss work of Frank Herbert. This is the author of Dune. So friends, I read Dune's book for a bed in 3 days and then I went to the cinema. I had a lot of thoughts about this masterpiece and I want to share with you. By the way, text to me in the comments, do you like to read the book first and then go to the cinema or conversely? I'm very interesting. For those who haven't seen the movie and haven't read the book, stay with me anyway because I'll bring you up to date and open up some interesting information to you. We'll talk about the hidden meaning in the movie. Let's go! The hero of the famous House of Atreides, Paul, goes with his family to the most dangerous planet in the universe, Arrakis. There is nothing here but sand, scorching sun, giant monsters, and the main cause of intergalactic conflicts, an incredible, valuable resource called melange. As a result of the seizure of power, Paul is forced to flee and hide, and this becomes the beginning of his epic journey. The hostile world of Arrakis has prepared many hard trials for him, but only those who are ready to face their fear deserve to be chosen. I am delighted with the magnificent landscapes of the deserts, and what about the acting and the presentation of the plot as in the book? Let's continue to introduction to the book, but now let's draw parallels. On the planet Arrakis, the one who gets the spice is the main one. In our world, we will consider oil, diamonds, gold. The Harkonnens are villains. The Atreides are heroes. And why not draw parallels with ancient and medieval empires? Moreover, for all that technology development, heroes fight with cold weapons, and the ability of fence is one of their main combat skills. And what happened to all with ancient empires? The answer is obvious. They have fallen. Some have existed longer, others less, but the outcome is always a foregone conclusion. Even in his dreams, Paul sees the conflagration of war. The bigger the empire, the more intrigue, betrayal and violence there are in it. So it happens in the world of Dune. The Harkonnen, with the help of the traitor, exterminate the Atreides. What happened at the end of the movie? Let's figure it out. It would be great if they following the Dune books. The first book is still about the growing up of Paul. Here we come to the most important thing. Denis Villeneuve Dune is an adaptation of the first half of Herbert's book. And of course the film ends at the most important moment. It is precisely because of its incompleteness. To Valiant's Dune in the one hand, it is difficult to make claims as a great prologue or the beginning of a saga. It is done well, albeit without genius. On the other hand, in 2.5 hours of introduction, we don't have time to get into any of the characters, nor to the story, nor to the patience of the screen. In this sense, the new Dune looks like super modern, perfectly designed skyscraper, which at the first acquaintance can cause fleeting admiration. But since your love is unlikely, the first part of the future dialogue about Dune turned out to be ambiguous, with all the technical advantages, and proximity to the text direction seemed to omit important topics of the novel, left the disclosure of the non-obvious conflicts for the future. So, let's discuss what did the director omit. First, replacing the male image of light canes with female. One is a big mistake. Second, the role of the Paul's father, later Atreides, greatly downplayed. But this is a serious and deep motive in Dune in general. The detective component has disappeared. The fact that there was a traitor among all the Atreides was known from the very beginning. Why they fight with swords and spears is a mystery. The book was about knives. Gurney Halleck doesn't have a scar on his face. But this is a characteristic detail of the image. Paul in the book repeatedly seeing the scar and thinking about the pain of his mentor suffered. The truth is that the new Dune lacks fire, a little crazy, a little phase shift. After all, Jodorowsky and Leitch were engaged in Dune for a reason. Jodorowsky didn't make their own film, but went down in history with ideas alone. Lynch, even at his worst, can hardly be blamed for a lack of original ideas. Now the approach has changed. Eccentricity and madness have been replaced by monumental power. Villeneuve has turned out a big, elegant and predictable Hollywood movie, which carefully handles with original source, not allowing with self-frank liberties. Everything is in its place and done with wisely as possible. But of course, nothing upsets blockbuster more than this Hollywood grooming. But perhaps it was with Dune that it was finally worth doing. Besides, Villeneuve hasn't finished with this yet. The whole film adaptation will surely feel quite different. In some places, Dune really look like high-budget blockbuster with stellar cast and simple script devoid of additional meanings. In the end, with all this shortcoming, Dune is a good movie. This is a technically perfect blockbuster. The larger desert landscapes and details of the fantastic future are impressive. A good cast and the expectation of the continuation of the picture. Denis Villeneuve's Dune, like Herbert's text 60 years ago, raises important universe social, environmental, religion issues. The Messiah who must save the earth is a common plot in world culture. Herbert's novel calls humanity to take care of the ecology of its native planet, to respect small culture and communities. And I would like to praise Villeneuve for having managed to find the right balance. On the one hand, these important topics that were still present in Herbert's book have not gone away. On the other hand, he doesn't focus on them longer than necessary, still devoting the main time to the history of the formation of Paul Atreides and the confrontation between two houses in Arrakis. Have you watched a movie or read a book? That's all, my dear friend. I hope this video was useful for you and you know new information for yourself. Thanks for watching again and see you soon.